I'm Dr. Steele, and I'm a test prep expert with Study.com. The Mathematics Knowledge section of the ASVAB covers high school level math concepts, including order of operations, simple geometry, and rules of different types of numbers like fractions and decimals. This section is one of the 4 that is included in your AFQT score. You're not allowed to use a calculator on the exam, so get in the habit of working through these questions without one. All right, let's do this. The first problem asks us to solve for the expression the square root of 48 over 3. And our possible answers are 18, 3, 4, and 24. At first glance, this might look a little intimidating. I mean, not too many people could tell you the square root of 48 thirds off the top of their head, but you don't need to. First thing we can do is simplify the fraction. 48 over 3 is the same as the division problem of 48 divided by 3. So let's do that. So 3 goes into 4, 1. 3 goes into 18, 6 times. So now it's a little easier. Now we're looking at the square root of 16. And because we know that 4 times 4 is 16, and that's the definition of square root, we know that the answer is going to be 4. The next problem asks, what is the cube root of 125? And our choices are 5, 12.5, 15, or 25. Square roots are a lot easier to memorize than cube roots, but with multiple choice questions, you can just plug in numbers. And written this way, it doesn't really jump out at you how to do this unless you're familiar with it, but there's multiple ways we can rewrite this as an expression. So let's do some of those. We can say that x cubed equals 125. And we could put anything in. I chose x, it could be y, it could be a, doesn't really matter. But this is also equal to, and we also could say that x times x times x equals 125. Okay, so what we're doing is plugging in for x. So I like to start with easy whole numbers between the highest and lowest options, and 15 jumps out at me. So let's plug that in. So 15 times 15 equals 225. We are already too big, and we haven't even multiplied the third 15. So 15 is not going to do it, and neither is 25 because that's even higher. I'm going to go right down to the 5, and let's plug that in. So 5 times 5 equals 25 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10, 11, 12, 125. So that's it. There it is. Our answer is going to be A5. The next problem asks us which expression correctly shows the decomposition of 27,850. Decomposition in math means breaking down a number into its component parts. So don't make this harder than it needs to be. So let's go ahead and write this one out. 27,850. So I'm going to drop each one of these numbers down into its own line. 2, 7, 8, 5, and 0. Okay, and these are all going to add up to 27,850. We're just going to plug in zeros to the right of these numbers until we get the same number of digits as in the number, which is 5. So for the first one, we're going to plug in zeros there. So we have 20,000. Next to the 7, we're going to plug in 3 zeros. So we have 7,000. Next to the 8, 2 zeros. So we have 800. Next to the 5, 1 zero. So we have a 50. And if we add up all of these numbers below our original, it's going to come to 27,850. So our correct answer is D, because D is the one that looks like what we just created. The final problem asks, the blue portion of the circle represents a 90-degree angle. What is the degree measurement of the white part of the circle? This basically comes down to knowing some definitions. A circle has 360 degrees. Memorize that if you haven't already. A 90-degree angle is also called a right angle, and a circle has 4 90-degree angles inside of it. Memorize that if you haven't already. For this problem, we're just subtracting the 90-degree angle from the 360-degree angle of the full circle. So it's just simple math. 360 minus 90, and that gives us 270. So our answer is C. That is mathematics knowledge. Check out the other videos in this series if you need more help getting ready for the ASVAB test. Give us a thumbs up if you're feeling more prepared. Leave us a comment with any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, and make sure you subscribe for more U.S. military test prep content. Stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next video.